Yes, guys, Marty from AFTV. Arsenal have just beaten Athletic Club 2-0 away from home. I am here with Christian after watching that performance. Started maybe a little bit slow after 15 minutes, but then got into the game. What are your thoughts and feelings around it?
Yeah, weird game. It was slow in the first half. Look, we said before the game as well, people obviously weren't happy. We said that Arteta's gone with the lineup to give respect to Bilbao. Mm-hmm. It was a bit more, control-minded, defensive-minded. I would have preferred to see Ethan in there, but I kind of understand why he's gone for the team he's gone for, putting Marino in there. But this is the Champions League, man. No opposition can be underestimated.
100%.
Like we said, nothing really in the first half. A few scraps. I thought Madueke was good. I thought he took his man on pretty much every single time. And was kind of our only bright spark. No one was really at it in the first half. The result looks good now afterwards. But on the stream, while we're watching the game, it was poor. I thought Rice was poor in that first half. Eze wasn't really at it. Gyökeres had a few half chances. Maybe he could have done better with the header. Defensively, we weren't great. Calafiori was giving the ball away. Zubimendi was a little bit tidier in midfield, but no one was particularly good in that first half. Second half, I think we kind of started a little bit better, a little bit more on the front foot. And then, the substitutions changed the game, which is why you have a squad, which is why now fans are talking about we have quality on the bench. Mm-hmm. For the first time in a long, long time, we actually have players on the bench who last season and 2 years ago were our starters, and we weren't necessarily happy with them or the output wasn't there. But these players are good enough to come off the bench and make an impact, right? People are saying on the stream, I don't want to see Martinelli. Martinelli's not good enough. I'm like, this is a guy, I 100% agree he's not good enough to start. This is a guy who scored at the Bernabeu last year. This is a guy, we've seen him, produce quality for Arsenal before. It's not like he's always been bad and always been poor. 2-3 years ago, Martinelli was a starter and everyone was happy, right? He's fallen off a cliff. He's not good enough at the moment to start for Arsenal, but he's good enough to come off the bench, right? And sometimes that's all it takes is a bit of competition. Come off the bench, prove that you're still this player, build your confidence back up, and maybe one day you're a starter again. And today, we've seen that. We've seen Martinelli come off the bench, Trossard come off the bench, pretty much, within 5 minutes of each other and change the game. Trossard gets the assist, Martinelli with the run and goal. All right, maybe you can question the keeper like Laurie was doing, but it's a good goal, it's a good finish.
Yeah.
And then the other way around. Martinelli gets it on the left, he beats his man, which we're all crying out for. We want a winger who beats his man, like Madueke does on the right, like Saka does on the right. We want that from Martinelli.
Yeah.
And he's done that, got in behind, giving it to Trossard. Trossard taking a touch. I thought he'd taken too long, but he gets the shot off and it's a goal. We win the game 2-0. So, look, maybe you can question the starting 11, but we've made the changes. We made the subs. They've made an impact and we've won the game.
So you say, you could question the starting 11 and through that, you were talking about bringing Trossard and Martinelli on, and Arteta's come under quite a bit of criticism, before the season, during the season. I think he always will be an Arsenal manager. Talk to me about those changes and how important. I mean, was that a managerial masterclass, bringing the two players on that both score goals and combine to score those goals? Or was it a fluke?
It's not a fluke. These are players that Arteta wants in the squad, that Arteta believes are good enough to be in the squad. I think he and most of the fan base believe that these two aren't good enough to start week in, week out, which is why we signed Madueke, which is why we signed Eze. But like I say, coming off the bench, they're more than good enough to have an impact. And they have today. And I guess you got to say, I'm not going to say masterclass, but he made the right decisions at the right time. Okay. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And they both scored today. So, it looks like a masterclass. And we've won the game. Important game to win as well, because we want to get in that top 8. We don't want to be dropping, silly points where we should be picking up points. So to get the 3 points on the board, it's the first game of the Champions League this season. To start it off with a win at a place that could be tricky away. It's a good win and good substitutions won us the game.
Okay, so we have got Manchester City coming up on Sunday. Obviously, Gyökeres going off with what looks like the repercussions of a concussion through the head injury. Is that worrying? Do you think he will be fit, ready to go for City? I mean, have we got another option?
I don't know if he'll be fit. that's up to them. I'm not in the changing room. I'm not part of the coaching staff, so I have no idea, mate. Hopefully he'll be fit. If it's concussion, then he probably won't. But yeah, we hope that he will be fit.
Okay, and how do you see that game going? Obviously, City is a huge game coming up. You know, some would say a must win. You know, it's at home, which is in our favour. How do you see that game going?
It's going to be tough. They're obviously high on confidence after destroying Man United. But if you look at last season, we beat them 5-1. I think we're a much better team, much better squad than them right now. I think defensively, they can be got at. Fullbacks especially, I think if you look at Madueke, what he's done the last couple of games, put him up against Aït-Nouri, he'll absolutely cook him.
Yeah.
The same on the left. I think if it's Eze that starts, I don't know, Trossard, Martinelli, I don't know who's going to start on the left. It's a question at this point. Maybe Saka's back. I don't know who's back. If Saka starts on the right, Madueke, but their fullbacks are problem areas for them. If you've got Mateus Nunes starting at right back, Aït-Nouri at left back, whoever plays right back for them, it's not one of their strengths.
Okay, and just quickly on that, right? So, obviously, after Martinelli and Trossard's performances coming off the bench and both scoring and both combining, and obviously, look, I'll be honest with you, I really rate Eze, but I think today he was slightly poor-ish for his standards. Madueke, I think, was brilliant, but does Martinelli and Trossard give a situation and a decision to make for the manager versus starting one of those on Sunday?
100%. I personally wouldn't start one of them, but if two players come on in the Champions League, have the impact that they made, get a goal and assist each, of course it's a question that Arteta will have to think about. And on Eze, I don't want to get onto him too much. He's playing out of position. He's not a left winger. He's not an out and out left forward. He's a number 10 or a left 8. So when I see Eze in his position, then I'll properly judge. But yeah, questions for Sunday. Questions for what team we go with. Hopefully, I don't know. There's been talks about Saka's training. Hopefully he's in the squad. But good questions. Good to keep up this form as well. Another win, another clean sheet. Our defence is ridiculous, man. This defence, we've conceded one goal all season, and it was from a free kick. That's crazy. Yeah. That's absolutely mad. We've played 4 Premier League games and 1 Champions League
with
game.
no William Saliba.
No Saliba. Well, we had Saliba until 5 minutes in.
Well,
Anfield,
yeah.
But yeah. No, I agree. Christian Mosquera as well. Deserves more credit. All right, this guy, we signed him for £13 million. Yeah, from La Liga. He's come in. Been absolutely sensational. I think first half, maybe a little bit sloppy like everyone else, but second half picked it up. Was immense in that second half. Yeah, everyone deserves credit for maybe 60 minutes onwards. I think the team started to click, made the changes, got the away win, and yeah, we move.
Lovely. Well, look, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch the game with you. Awesome. And thank you very much for your thoughts. Please check out the content on AFTV. Please check out the other fan cams. Please check out the guys in Bilbao. And there is a watch along at Box Park in Croydon for the Manchester City game. Be sure to check that out. It is going to be absolutely fantastic. Marty from AFTV signing out.